Guys, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. Today's going to be a bit of a different
It feels awkward already. This feels awkward.
We're live for the first time ever.
Yeah.
It's just us two. Bro.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. We can't even make it.
I don't think we can.
Yeah. Basically.
But we'll try.
So what? Our boy Evs obviously is not in town, so he couldn't make it.
Never is.
Westside had other arrangements. Our boy Zubs had to go. He had a business venture and he got stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
So we wasn't actually planning this, but
Well, you're stuck with us.
yeah, the show must go on,
As they say.
as they say in show business. But yeah, man.
We apologise.
Yeah, listen,
So-
bear with us. It's gonna be a lot of waffling.
Be
but
patient, please.
what can we do? Sharp, what are you telling me, man? Hey, we're like the B-Tech shits and giggles. We're the B-Tech giggles squared. We're just,
We are horrible.
oh man, this is gonna be a
man,
car
our
crash.
vibes and we're just fucking,
Yeah,
I don't know, freestylers.
and we ain't prepared for this either. But
But we
listen,
weren't ready
we're
for
here
this,
now,
man.
innit?
It
What can we
happened.
do?
Just a disclaimer, it happened last minute. On our way to this recording,
Yeah,
everyone just started to pull out. So, but like Izzy said, the show must go on, and we're trying to stay consistent this year and try to not do what we did the previous years and be like, oh, you know, and previous years, if there was only 3 man available, we'd make excuses and be like, no, we can't do a 3 man pod
we
this
did that
year.
a
We've
lot.
said, yeah, we've given you like our word. So whether it be 2 of us, 3 of us, if you get all 4 of us, then the show will go on. I don't think we'll ever get to 1 man pod.
nah, I don't.
To be fair, I think Evs is the only one that can just do it by himself.
Yeah, facts.
I genuinely think
Yeah,
out of the 5 of us, he's the only one.
I agree.
I don't think me and you could ever.
Nah, I wouldn't even want to.
I couldn't, bro.
I don't even like looking at the camera.
I get
And if you're doing a
uncomfortable.
one-man thing, you have to
Yeah.
look at it.
I
So it's
can't- I
like,
couldn't.
yeah.
Even when I'm doing the intros and that, and I'm having to look at the camera, like anytime I'll always break eye contact. I'll be looking here and then I'll look down and
or look past it.
I'll look past it. Sometimes when some of the man are chilling in the back, I'll try and look at them, man, and still sort of distract me, and then I'll just carry on. But I like today, it's just the 2 of us.
What are you telling me,
The man
bro?
are even here behind the scene to
Yeah.
watch us. It's literally
Literally, yeah.
just feel Izzy.
What are you saying? How are you?
Good, bro. Alhamdulillah, I can't complain.
Alhamdulillah.
I went excited about this, but we'll make it work, bro.
No, we're
It's the
here.
2
man.
of us,
Come on, bro.
We got this, man.
We got this.
There's going to be about 1 million dabs in this episode.
Yeah.
Just be prepared.
Yeah, bro. So what's been happening?
Bro, all or nothing. I'm just glad that the weather's gone better.
Big
It
facts.
feels unbelievable.
Yeah, big facts.
But it's weird. Like last week, it was just bare rain and it was cold and it was a bit
Yeah.
up and down. And then obviously tonight, everyone's just rocking t-shirts and everyone's in
But
shorts
next week,
and whatnot.
it's going back to rain again. Yeah, I checked it. Yeah, I think from Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's meant to be like, it drops to about 18 degrees and a bit of rain.
Do you know what's mad? Well, like, I don't think I've ever believed it.
What do you mean?
I never look. I look at it, but I don't believe it. You know, sometimes they
Oh,
say,
no. Every
I say, no,
time,
I don't believe you.
before I leave my house, I have to check it.
That happens.
I always check it before I leave my house. Always.
You see, sometimes they say, "Oh, it's going to rain," and they don't rain.
Yeah.
Or obviously, you can't literally predict every single time
Yeah.
that it comes from Allah and that. But
No, but I
don't
feel
know,
like it's because obviously with the technology they got, it's gonna be what
80%, 90%.
yeah,
Even more than
and
90%.
that isn't
Allah.
enough for me to say, you know what, let me take a jacket or let me take the umbrella or whatever it is.
I don't know, man. It's just long, bro. I just want to go.
So you don't look
somewhere
at
where
it?
It's hot. No, well, I try not to. Sometimes I do. Obviously, when I get excited and people are, oh, it's going to be hot, I look at it to see what it's going to be.
Yeah,
I think in the winter I look at it more, because I just need to know how cold it's going to be, which is weird. Because when you're especially at our workplace and that, when you're standing around and it's cold, I need to know how much layers am I going to take and think about other things like that. But day to day, I don't really check the weather forecast like that.
yeah.
But maybe I just never cared for it really, bro.
No, I can't lie. I can't function without it, bro. That's my OCD kind of thing. I just have to look at it and then I not plan what I'm wearing, but it gives me an idea. So if I know it's raining, for example, I'm not gonna wear my white crepes because I think, what's the point? I'm just gonna get mashed
I
up.
hear you.
So like, and also, I don't like wearing jackets. So
You're
like,
not?
I'd rather just wear a hoodie. Like, or if it's cold, a hoodie, and if it's hot, then obviously just a t-shirt. But I don't know, with jackets, I feel like it's
What you talking like the big like?
yeah,
big
like no,
jackets,
I
winter
love it when
jackets.
it's like freezing. You know that winter because then you
Okay.
feel like warm and that. I love that. But when it's like it's not cold and it's not hot, but it's raining. You know that kind of weather where you feel a bit muggy, like you feel sticky. Like I hate that kind of feeling, man. Do you know what I'm talking about though? I hate that feeling, bro. Feeling like I'm hot, but I know it's cold. Like,
but you know me, maybe I'm weird. I've always been one of those guys. I'd much rather be hot than cold.
oh yeah, same.
In any
Yeah,
aspect, like,
no,
I'd
I'm the same. I'm
much
the same.
rather
Yeah,
just
yeah,
be hot
fact.
than cold. Like I'll never understand people that say, "Oh, I prefer the winter over the summer."
Yeah, I can handle
genuinely think they're lying.
extreme heat. I can't handle extreme cold.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I can handle the heat, bro. You crack a window open, go in front of an AC,
Yeah.
or whatever. Want to go have a cold shower. Sub-zero weather, or
Yeah.
when it's really, really
Yeah.
cold, but I'm literally done. I'll be shivering.
Facts.
It's just long. I think the only thing I enjoy about winter, like literally the only thing, is when you've been outside all day and you come home and the heat hasn't been gone and you come inside a warm yard. That's one of my like simple pleasures. Other than that, bro, I cannot stand winter. Winter and me I just
Yeah,
moan.
I'm the same. Yeah, I don't like it, bro. I feel
moan
like
every time in the winter. And obviously playing ball in the winter don't really help. And I'm just there like
yeah,
running around thinking this is long. When I was younger, I didn't mind it. But as you get older, you're just like,
yeah.
this is
You're
long.
a
It's not
luxury player, innit? You just want to play on ideal conditions. Not you, but I'm saying in general.
Well,
like,
that's I've become.
Yeah, no, but we all do. We all do. Yeah, with age, you
I've
just think,
become.
bro, I'm running around and it's just pissing down with rain. It's just like,
When
no,
I was younger, I didn't mind it. You know, I don't know, you're just a bit like tapped. You're like, oh, come on, let's get stuck in.
Yeah,
and
it's
all
football,
that,
innit?
yada, yada.
Yeah,
But as you get older, bro, I just think, no, I just want it to be a nice, smooth surface.
Yeah,
Maybe
good
just go
conditions.
and jog around a little bit, get a few touches on the ball, do a couple 1-2s. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like, it just looked like the game be pretty. Other than nowadays, I'm just like, I can't be bothered.
Yeah, no, I
Sometimes
hear
it gets
that.
really cold and you're playing against some guys that are just on it, and it's just gets jarring. But
but that's also because they're younger, innit? They how we felt.
back then, not agreed. No, not agreed. But even
7
some
years
men, like
ago
in
or
and
whatever.
around my age, or maybe slightly
still on
younger,
it.
and they still have that fight
Yeah.
and that. I look at them, I think, all right, for me, I'd have to be angry. You'd have to anger me to get that out of me, which is mad. Like maybe like if I get a foul, then the ref don't give it, or if I get a nasty foul, and you'd have to piss me off, and then something in my brain clicks, and then I become.
But you know what? You know when
alive.
you watch those documentaries like Jordan. Remember that Jordan one?
Yeah.
They all used to find a way to get themselves angry before the game. So I get what
It's
you're saying. Do you
mental.
remember?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
remember Jordan said I used to make up lies and then believe it.
Yeah, it's true.
You know how tapped that is. Obviously, that's next level. That's elite.
Next level.
No, but that's elite. That's elite.
level. But he got to a stage where
He remember that thing he said. I said something. It went in the press. He goes, even though I convinced myself that he said it to me.
Yeah,
And then he kept telling me, I'm going to show him.
and then he
you know how mad that is?
targeted my man. And
Yeah,
he said,
and the brother's thinking, I didn't even do that.
But like, there was an unwritten rule in the NBA is you couldn't trash talk him.
Because you'd get him
You know
fired
how
up.
mad that is, bro.
Yeah,
Imagine being that guy in the NBA where teams will say, "Oh, don't piss him off."
yeah, don't piss
Like,
him
let's
off.
just if he's like, if you don't want to rattle him because he'll just have a quiet night where he'll drop like maybe 25, 30 points or maybe 20 points or
Yeah,
whatever.
but if you
whatnot.
rattle him, he's
If
gone.
you rattle him, he's just gone. He might
Yeah.
drop 40 on you, or he may
Yeah.
drop 50, and then everyone should be like. But imagine getting to that stage in your career, that elite level stage where you cannot talk trash about him.
Yeah,
Just
no.
let him
But
play.
again, that's a different mentality.
Let him play. That's fear, bro.
mentality,
That fear factor is on another level. And that's why obviously everyone has their own debates and whatever whatnot, and obviously about the whole LeBron and Jordan and Ooze and ours. I don't know. I just think that level of just having that much fear. You're a grown man. You're a grown man saying, "Oh, you lot, just don't piss my man off." Let him just
I'm not gonna
let
lie,
him play.
yeah, I'm not even a
him play.
basketball fan like that. I'll be real, but I love watching those documentaries about athletes that have reached those elite levels. So whether it's tennis, basketball, football, because
It's a mad
they
insight
all have
to-
something in common as
yeah.
well. They're all
I don't want to say sick, but they're all
no,
just
they are. They're all
wired differently.
yeah, they're
It's
all
just
like slightly tapped.
yeah,
they are.
because you have to.
But you have to be. You have
in
to be.
order
I
to be
think.
great, you have to be.
You have
You
to
can't
be,
be
yeah.
normal and great. It's impossible. bro.
Yeah, you can be
you can't.
normal and be very, very, very good.
Yeah.
But that upper ceiling to break through.
You have to be
Like-
like some sort of something.
Yeah, bro. Look at Ronaldo. I know
Yeah.
obviously you're not even a Ronaldo fan like
no,
that.
I'm a fan.
No,
I'm a
okay,
fan.
you're a fan, but
I just when
you
the
don't think he's the best.
comparison, yeah, the comparison.
all
I
right,
don't
cool.
like.
But someone like that, for him to keep going, what is he, 39, give or take?
I think so. Yeah,
Bro, to still want to be the best at that age, like,
mental.
bro, he's done it all. He
He's
can turn
tapped.
around and say, you know what?
he's
I don't-
actually tapped.
Because it's not money that's driving
even,
him.
bro, I don't know if you notice it. Even like other players will come out and they'll be like, "Oh, my man, we never used to like going to his yard because he'd just make us train."
Everest said that,
Everyone
innit?
said
Yeah,
that,
I watched
he
that.
said we go to his yard. No, nobody wants to go to his yard because
Yeah.
he wants to train. Or they'll be like, he stays behind. In my mind, I'm thinking that dedication. But also,
Yeah.
it's anything elite in life is the dedication and the discipline that you have that will separate you from everybody
Yeah.
else. Imagine everyone's going home to chill and this guy's going home to train. Like,
Yeah.
you look at it, you be. If we was in the same team as you, look at him and be like, later, this guy's he's doing too much.
No, it's
You know
mad.
that was, he's doing too much.
I watched the Mike Tyson documentary,
Mm.
and he was talking about So the guy was like, basically, what does it take to make it? And then Mike Tyson said, discipline. Then the guy was like, so what is being disciplined to you? And he goes, to me, it's doing something you hate as if you love it. So basically, all the training, he goes, I used to hate that, but I did it like I loved it.
And it
And
separates
you know, if you really just take a second to think about what he said, you think, bro, that's a different mentality.
It is, bro.
And that's why they're reaching the top.
It's an elite
Bro,
mentality.
who wants to wake up at 3 a.m. every
long.
morning and run?
It's long.
Or then imagine if you, obviously, listen, he's Tyson, he's Iron Mike, but he would have got rocked once or twice in training because he was a youth, remember?
Agreed.
He was
Yeah,
only
well,
like,
agreed.
when he was
vicious.
I think it was 18 or 19 when he won the world heavyweight
In and
champion, around that. So
I
he would have
remember
been,
he was really young.
and he was sparring men. So at one stage, there would have been someone
Would
in
have
there
rocked him a
that would have
couple
rocked, and it's
times, yeah.
boxing. Anyone can get a little
you
punch
caught,
in.
bro.
But
You don't,
to
nobody
turn up
has
the
to-
next day and the day after that and the
And
day
to keep
after that,
going.
bro, it's different.
Even, bro, when you hear stories of like Kobe and that, when they say, my man used to train for like 4 or 5 times a day, wake up at 4 a.m. Even, I don't know if you watch like the...
And he used to listen,
documentaries.
apparently, before every game, he used to listen to heavy metal or some rock music because it used to get him
swear.
vexed. Yeah. Even
That's
though,
mental.
I remember I heard something, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he said that's not his genre of music, but on match days, he wants to get that fired up and angry. No, angry, not gassed, angry. Like I want to, you know, that noise is just in his head. And
He
yeah,
was
it's
built
mental,
different as well.
it's
They
different.
used to say like, even if he would go out with the team, he rarely used to go out. But even when he go out with the team, he said, look, I'll go out with you, man, but we're training in the morning. And obviously they're thinking that he's joking when he's saying this. And then he'll wake up in the morning, knock on their door, say, I came out with you, man. Let's get to work now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
different.
that's
That,
different
that
level,
mindset
yeah.
is different. Where everyone else wants to just chill and
But that's
do
why not
whatever.
everyone can make it to that
It's different, bro.
upper.
People can make it, but it's just to that upper
Yeah.
level of eliteness. You just have to, something needs to separate you in terms of whether it be discipline, your mentality, and also I feel like you need to be a little bit just tapped. Like you have to have something.
That's why
going
you
on
have
in your head
players
that
like
says, nah, fuck
Neymar that are considered world class, but they're not Ronaldo or Messi.
But I
There's
genuinely,
levels between them as well.
I agree, but I also think he's criminally underrated. Like a lot of
No,
there's a lot
he
of-
is,
there's
but
a lot
he is
of,
not Messi and Ronaldo conversation.
a lot
I'll
of
be real.
disrespect on his name.
Is he in a convo with Messi and Ronaldo?
He's not far off.
He's not in the convo. It's yes or no, bro. It's black or white.
He's not far off. Bro.
Cool. He's world class. He's in the convo with
I hear you. He's not at that level because that man did it.
Dino. To me, Ronaldinho is one of the greatest players I've ever seen. Like he's my favorite player to watch, but he's still not Ronaldo or Messi in terms of them two are separate. And then you've got everyone else that you can kind of compare.
You know what it is? I don't know. I always think like with the Brazilian players, and I was talking to some of my friends the other day about this. Like with the Brazilian players, it's mad, bro, because they have God-given ability. Natural football is like Dino, for example. I think just like it sounds weird, but his relationship with a football was different. Like him and the football were one. Like he could do whatever he wanted with football.
Yeah.
And then whether it be Neymar, Robinho, or Ronaldo was obviously due to injuries. He couldn't really control himself. You can't control that. But it's just like you go from the favelas to the absolute top.
But them man enjoyed
the
living
world
life.
at your feet.
Them man
and
enjoyed
then
living.
It never lasts long.
I know, but they
And it
also
goes back to saying the discipline for them. It went.
yeah, but
I also
they didn't have discipline.
Huh?
They never. Dino never had no
No,
discipline.
but leading up to it.
I don't think he
get
did.
to where you're getting to. You don't think so?
No, I'm not gonna take away and just say it was solely his ability and natural talent because that would be a disservice to him.
Yeah.
However, I know for a fact he liked that lifestyle because he says it. He says it. He goes, "Bro, I play better when I go out the night before." You know how mad that is.
But also, I hear it. You know, like sometimes people say, I don't know, like I get it. Obviously, everyone's discipline levels are different, but that man come from nothing, bro.
No, 100%.
You come from the favelas and
yeah.
you've been struggling your whole life. They all come out in the documentaries and say, bro, we had nothing.
Yeah, no,
we literally
but
had
then-
nothing. To then get into the literally top of the
Yeah.
mountain at in terms of whatever sport you're playing, it's hard to maintain that, bro. Because they're thinking, the world I've got. They've most probably bought.
And that's
10 yards for
why
their
I say
family and
Ronaldo and
all
Messi
of that.
are different
Because their
because
mindset.
they got to the top and
stayed.
said, "I still want to stay here."
They stayed for 10 years, bro. 12 years,
Bro,
10
that's
years.
how
I think
mad
it
that
was.
is.
They took over the world for 10 years.
Yeah, bro.
He'd win it. He'd Messi would win. Ronaldo win it. Messi would win it. But even all aspects of sport, even if you look at tennis, like Djokovic and Nadal and Federer, the man built different. Serena Williams built different. Like her and her
Yeah.
sister had the same training, but
Yeah.
the mindset separated the two of them.
Did you watch the film about them?
King Richard.
Yeah.
Incredible, man.
Bad
The
boy
dad's a
film,
boss
innit?
one,
Yeah.
man.
Sick
Mad
film.
man at the start. But
Again,
look,
someone had to be tapped in order for someone
so
for
we
them
say
to
one
make,
of us has to be tapped in order for
we're
something.
both tapped. Let's be but We're tapped in the wrong way. We're not gonna make it. We're just tapped and broke. We're not gonna make it sharp. We're the bad. You gotta be tapped, but like
Tapped and broke.
you gotta be, like a little bit of that evil genius. Like you need some of that. We ain't got that. We're just taps and banter. I told you, man.
We are just free-spirited
Free-spirited
vibes, bro.
Yeah, man.
No, I like that discipline is key
Nah,
to
facts.
whatever, bro. And even they say it to like young people going for any sport that they want. What separates you is the youngsters that instead of going out with your bedrooms,
Yeah.
going out with your friends and doing
Yeah,
whatever,
they sacrificed a lot.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
But in order to get somewhere, you have to sacrifice. You can't not sacrifice and get to the mountaintop or get somewhere in life where you're really excelling. So,
Or if you do get there without sacrificing, it'll be short-lived. Because eventually you got too many baggage.
things will catch up with
You
you.
got too much baggage.
Yeah.
People still expecting things,
You
even though
can't.
now you've got a different agenda, but people are still saying, "Nah, just come on, bro.
Come, let's do this.
Come out with me, like, because
man.
I want to be seen with you."
And also some man will like, come on, like, man, stop moving like that.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Yada,
It's
yada,
happened to
yada.
how many players that you feel should have made it, but just never made it to the top for whatever reason.
Because the surrounding crowd around them didn't really help.
Yeah.
And that's with any aspect in life. Sometimes you could be excelling in education or excelling in a different type of sport or a different type of field, and it becomes because of your environment around you. It could be like, nah, I like, man.
Yeah.
I'll just come out and do this, and before you know it, you've turned left on the wrong road, and before you know it, you're stuck on that road.
Do you
for a
reckon
long
them
while.
man were ever scared of that happening? Like, do you reckon they ever thought to myself, if I carry on like this, that could happen? Or do you reckon they even think that far? They just lived.
I think they were more scared of losing their friends or losing that circle of group than they were the other way. Because also when you're young, bro, you're very impressionable. Your people that are in around you also matter. Your social status matters more when you're younger. Your friends in this and
Yeah,
that.
it
I'm
does.
gonna go
But
link my
also,
friends.
Ronaldo would have had friends. Messi would have had friends. You get it? At some point, they would have to have said, what do I want? And can I do it with them along? Like, can I take them for the ride?
They super excelled in that football thing.
No, but I think, like, even Gary Neville said he ducked all his friends. I know, I get it. Gary Neville's not a Ronaldo.
He's still a good example, bro.
No, but
the man plays.
He's probably the more common example.
because
Like,
he's a normal average Joe. No
and he's
disrespect to
someone
Gary
that
Neville, but
worked
he's
hard
not
to make
Ronaldo
it.
or Messi.
Yeah. He's not a natural ability.
Yeah,
But he's probably
but he says it himself.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said, I've never been a naturally gifted
Yeah.
footballer because I worked hard at my craft.
And that's what I watched. It was
And the overlap thing.
I
Yeah,
listened to his
maybe
pod,
I
and he was
worked hard
saying
on
I had to leave all my friends because I knew I'm not that player that can do half. I had to go all in.
Yeah.
And he goes, in order for me to go all in, it meant cutting everyone off. But then he goes, by the time I finished my career, I didn't have any friends. So I only had football friends. And he goes, they're not really friends. They're just more.
That's mental.
That's
though.
like colleagues, isn't it? Like
That's actually mental.
Yeah.
Do you think
But again, look
That's
at the
mental,
lifestyle he's
man.
got now, in terms of what he can provide for his family and himself.
But you don't think it's mad that you get to like obviously he's 39, 40?
Yeah,
40,
yeah,
give or
around
take
that,
it.
yeah.
Like get to 40 and you only have football friends.
But
That's mad.
But you also have you can also provide the best life for your family and kids.
I'd rather that though, to be fair.
That's what I'm saying. But then,
Well, I'd rather that.
Yeah.
If you can provide for your family and friends,
yeah,
and you're obviously everyone else close to you, or obviously not friends because you wouldn't have any friends, but let's just say if you can provide for your wife, your kids, your parents, extended family members, then I think that matters more, bro. I don't know, maybe when you have a family, your priority is your family.
yeah,
Like that should be the
I think
be all
so.
and end all.
yeah. I think
like
so.
the minute whether you're a young man or a middle-aged man or a much older man, the minute you get married and you have kids, that is the number one priority that you must protect and shelter and nurture and look after, because that's essentially your bubble. Obviously, added onto your bubble is your parents and your obviously close immediate family members. But
Yeah,
once you break away from your family to create your family, that now becomes priority. You have to protect that.
yeah,
So in order, if he's did that, and like you said, now he's at a place now where he can comfortably provide for his wife. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many kids Gary Neville has, but however many kids he has, that's everything, bro.
yeah,
You've checked off, because once you become a parent, you're constantly thinking about your kid's future, and as a parent, you go above and beyond, and you go through hell in order to provide for that child.
But that journey must have been lonely.
Yeah, it's hella lonely. But they
Yeah.
say that.
But then they're probably distracted as well because you're so focused on making it there. You're probably not even deep in that you're going through it alone. And again, you have your colleagues and teammates, but it's not.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you got, but obviously he had a sibling which helped.
Yeah, and also he had that class of '92 where they
And
were
them
actually
all-
brethren,
they were
innit?
young
Yeah.
coming up together. Yeah,
So they were
yeah,
actually
so
like
it
him and Beckham. I swear Beckham was his best man, innit, at his wedding.
Yeah.
Only because he said it. That's the only reason why I know.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But him and Beckham had that bond from for every.
But that's what I'm saying. So maybe in his scenario, his case, he felt like he was doing it with his best friend. So maybe it's not as hard. But linking onto this, I wanted to ask you, what are your fears? And it could be in anything in life. Like, do you have any fears?
Yeah.
It's what you scared
I
of.
think everyone has fears. I
Yeah.
don't think you can be. I don't think you can live without having fears. But I wouldn't say the fears consume me.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone is at different level with their fears, but I don't think the fears consume me. But I have to get mad personal here, man.
Listen, it's just the two of us. Come on, Sharp. We've got to get. I was gonna say get intimate, but big wine.
That's a big wine.
Yeah,
bro.
we got to
Like,
get. Yeah, we got to get comfortable. That's another wine.
That's a big
Hey, usually this is the part where we cut to like Westside chatting shit, but we can't do that today. What more do you want from me? Sharp's just looking at me like, listen. Talk to us, big man. What are you scared of?
I'm in a therapy session right now,
what are you scared of, bro?
What are your fears?
Go on.
I don't know. Maybe it's weird. I'm one of those guys here. You know, you think about things, but then when you put me on the spot,
Yeah.
things just start to disappear from my head. But
I'll tell you something that I've always like not been scared of, but something that the older I've gotten, the more I'm just like, I'll just say it and then you can kind of put two and two together. It's like dying without being fully practicing.
I hear you.
Because then it's like, alhamdulillah, we're Muslim, but you don't know on the state you're going to pass away in.
You don't even know if you're going to die Muslim.
And that's the thing. Muslim by name, but are you even
Wallahi, bro.
acting? And that's always been a fit. And the thing is, I'm a hypocrite because even though I think that and I am afraid of it, I still haven't done enough to change myself. And it's like, and I do change myself, but it's always in stages. And then
bit by bit, innit?
Bit by bit. And then sometimes I fall off. And this is me being 100 with you.
Yeah.
So sometimes I just think, you know what? And it only really hits me when someone you know passes away, innit?
But you can never really go cold turkey on.
But that's a fear for me, bro. Like, you know, like, because you think, bro, the fact that it's worse because we believe in our heart that it's the truth, but yet you never acted on it. Rather than, let's say, someone who never even got the message and they'll have their own test on Judgment Day. But for us, we don't have that excuse. You got the message and you believed in it and you testified to it, but yet
you've done nothing.
You didn't live your life according to it. And I think that's one of the fears. Another fear would be maybe like, for me, maybe not being able, let's say inshallah when I have kids, not being able to give them the life that I would want to give them. That's maybe another, but then again, that one
as well, though.
That's a big one, but that one, I'll be real, I feel like
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, because I think that's common. I think every man, and I like to speak for every man out there, but at the minute you have a child, you want nothing but to provide and protect your child, bro.
And also you
always
do
anything for that child.
And I don't know if you're like me, but I always compare it to the way I was raised.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah, I had an amazing upbringing, but it was lacking in a lot of departments. Then I think, all right, well, I'm going to add to it. So I'm going to do the amazing things that I got, but then also fill in the gaps of the stuff that I never got.
Yeah.
But again, maybe I'm just saying that now, but
you may change.
My dad might have said that as well. Yeah. And then when he actually had the kids, he realized I can't do both because in order me to financially provide, I have to be missing at times. Like as in my money had to, his time was sacrificed to make money for us. So
and I respect, but I was
I respect it. But do you get what I'm saying? But then
my dad, he worked abroad, bro. So a lot of the time, my crucial ages of growing up, let's just say between the ages of maybe 4, 5, up until like 10. I think he came back to live with us when I was in year 10 or maybe in year 11. But those crucial ages, he'd always come back summer holidays. Yeah. Go back abroad again. But I can't.
And how long does he stay?
Man, he stayed for the whole summer holidays.
Yeah,
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
But 6 weeks in the year, obviously, and I speak to him every day on the phone.
So he
was very active. He'd always call in. Obviously, speak to my mum every day, but he'd always call
Yeah,
in
he's always
and
checking
checking
up
on
on
us
you,
and whatever, whatnot. But I can't not respect the man that did whatever he could to provide for his family.
Yeah, facts.
Like he was fluent in Arabic, Swahili,
Mashallah.
English. I mean, not English, Somali, and a few other countries. He never spoke English. His
Oh,
English
did he
wasn't the
not?
best. No, well, his English
But
wasn't
then
the
he
best.
never lived there,
But
really.
he's never lived here.
Yeah.
And he's always been abroad in like Saudi Arabia, Arab
Yeah,
countries,
yeah, yeah.
Kenya, Somalia. So he went to work in countries where he could have excelled. He'd come to England, not speaking a lick of English. It may take him a while to get a job. A lot of things may have possibly happened, and then that could have just made things long. But he went other countries where he excelled in that language and was working out there to provide for the family here. And alhamdulillah, we had a comfortable upbringing. Like it weren't really like chaos or running around like that. Like it was very okay. We got by, alhamdulillah. So I respect it, but again, like you said, it's when a man has a family, you will do whatever you have to do to provide.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that, with your mind and thinking that. But as a parent, bro, and like I said, any guy that has a child, the first thing that comes to their mind is, I need to protect this child and I need to provide for this child.
Yeah.
And every parent, bro, like how much times has your parent bought you things that they didn't buy for themselves, but they said,
Yeah,
my
facts.
son
Yeah,
needs it.
yeah, 100%.
When I was a youth,
Or
my
to
mum used to
buy
buy us the latest
name
like,
brands,
Nike
like,
trainers
yeah,
and that.
and then
And she
they're
would have been rocking Nike. So
Sunday
she'd be
Mark.
rocking some Sunday Market shoes or whatever, whatnot.
Yeah,
She'd buy shoes
plimsolls
from
and
Primark
them
or
things.
plimsolls and
Yeah.
them things for her because she's putting her child first. And I think every parent would do the same, bro. If, obviously, Westside and Evans and Zubs ain't here to speak, but I know if we was to ask them, they'll say they would do whatever they could. They'd rather go walk around barefoot so that they can provide for their child.
I believe so.
And there's nothing wrong with that logic
I
of you
believe
even
so.
thinking that. I think that's I think it's quite honourable, especially as a man in general. I think every man should have that same. Obviously, there are obviously some fathers that aren't like that, and I'll never understand that mindset. In it, obviously, there are some men out there that will have a child and.
But also,
not care,
a lot of
but
guys,
I don't
I've
get
seen
that
stories where that guy didn't want the kid. And I'm not even going to sit here and make excuses for them because you knew what you was doing in order to produce that kid.
Yeah.
And then because remember, a lot of women, well, not a lot of women, let me take that back. Some women don't take into account that the other person, the man that they're with, wants that kid or not. They don't even ask. They just think, I want the kid, so I'm keeping it. And they've got a right to because it's their body. But I feel like that decision you're making is going to impact your child's life. So it shouldn't be a decision that you should make in haste. However, if you are going to go down that route, I feel like the man, you can't run away from what you've done now. You've made a mistake. I think you should do the honourable thing. And even if you're not going to be with her, you should also say, you know what, cool. We're going to co-parent. We're not together, if that's how he feels, but we're going to co-parent. But then...
But even if you
hear stories of women trapping men as well with kids,
there's
so
a lot,
it's like there's a lot of variables
on both sides. There are some things that it just doesn't work, but I just think at the end of the day, if you're a man and you've had a kid,
step up to the plate.
Yeah,
and I agree.
Don't avoid stepping up to the plate. Whether you may not want to be in that child's life, or the child may scare you. You know, some guys get fearful of it, or maybe they don't want the responsibility,
commitment issues, and that.
Pay for it. Provide financial support to that partner. But don't just run away and then just randomly say, yeah, I had a youth, but you've done nothing for the youth. I just think it's backwards, and I think it's wrong, and I think it's not fair.
Yeah, but it happens. It's common.
It's very common, bro.
It's common, bro.
It's very common.
And I feel like it's getting more and more common because marriage is getting less common.
People don't get married.
That's what I'm saying.
I think people, I don't know.
They skip to that part of family and kids. Like I feel people, they just press fast forward and they got youths all of a sudden. Which, listen, we're not here to judge, and I know you don't, I don't. But at the same time, we're also not blind to things that are happening in front of us.
It's mad though, isn't it? I think it's mad how people...
Would that ever be a fear for you?
What's that?
To put yourself in a scenario where you're with a woman, let's say even you get married, but then you have a kid and then that marriage doesn't last or work out. Have you ever thought, has that thought ever scared you?
Think of those things, obviously, but obviously I've never been in a situation where I'll be like, I don't know if I'm not there yet. And inshallah, I do get there, but I don't think I'll ever be the type to think, okay, whether it works or not.
Yeah.
Once I know myself in it, once I know there's a child involved, and I say this in the nicest way possible, I couldn't care less about our previous relationship. Right now, we need to focus on this relationship with the child involved, because at the end of the day, like we have to now provide and support this child together. I'm not on this, cool, I'll shout you whatever. I'll link the youth once a week, and I'll send some money. Like I'll obviously send money, but I want it. I want to co-parent properly.
I'm laughing. Yeah. Do you remember that scene? Oh, what scene is it? I think what's that film? The Wayne Brothers. Then he goes, I'm here to. So he knocks here, and then it's his partner or his ex or something. He's like, I'm here to pick up little man. She goes, she says she's happy. He picks him up. He goes, all right. He gives it back. He goes, I'll be here next week. Man literally picked him up.
What film is that?
I think it's called Little Man. Remember when
Is that the one?
Yeah, it was the two Wayne brothers, and one of them's he's a thief, but he acts like a baby.
Man, but does he come and say, I'll pick up my you and then drop the kid?
I think it's that film, or I've mixed up two different films. But
mixed up two different films.
It might have been because I'm here to pick up Little Man, and he literally picks him up, gives it back, and goes, I'll be here next week, same time next week.
I genuinely think
Let us know. I think that's Little Man.
Wallah, I think you mixed up two films.
I might have, but I know it's definitely the Wayne brothers.
I know it's definitely that.
Yeah. But that's I know what you mean. A lot of people kind of obviously not we're bantering with it, but a lot of people do see it like that. Oh, I'll see him once a week, or her once a week, and then that's it.
I don't know. I'm very hell bent on a child will forever need two parents in their life. It's imperative that child has two parents.
I agree.
Just for everything for that you to have a normal like mindset of just comfortability, and also I think every child, there are some lessons that a mother can never teach a child that a father can teach, and also there are some lessons that a father can never teach that a mother teaches. And that's why it's that important balance of it brings it together rather than the scale being like
lopsided.
It's long. I just think that it's genuinely needed for both parties to just have that, and I think people should just naturally co-parent. You should, regardless of whatever's happened in your relationship. I think it's essential, and it's also unfair on the youth, man. Like it's just it gets wrong. Obviously, I don't know people's dynamics. Obviously, I've had friends and other people that I've known over the years that's had some like chaos dynamics and some madness happening in their relationship. And you hear certain stories. Obviously, as you go older as well, you hear certain stories of certain different people, and you're just like, it's mad. Obviously, I'm not in that situation to ever know, but I always, in my mind, I always think, but what about the youth? Like, shouldn't that person have the main priority rather than like whatever happened between you two's egos or whatever happened in that relationship? I grant emotions are involved. Sometimes it's hard to kind of control your emotions. You may say things out of anger or out of sadness and
reactive
and things happen, and then obviously once certain words are said, it cuts deep, but I just think your priority should always be pushing for that child to say, you know what, cool, let's just forget what's ever happened between the two of us. Let's put that on the back burner or completely sweep it under the rug, because at the end of the day, the priority is now this little boy or this little girl that we need to raise and sort of go from there.
But then some people weaponize the kid against the other partner.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
And it's not just women doing it to men. Men have done it to women as well.
I've genuinely seen it a lot.
Or you whisper in the kid's ear and speak badness about their mum or their dad. Say, oh, you know what? I want to see you more, but they're not letting me. Even though really and truly, you're not trying to see them more. But
it should never get to that. Yeah, it shouldn't.
I
think that child gets to like 17, 18, and they're obviously got some
that's ego.
Trauma, and they've got
that's ego, isn't it? That's ego. It's like
going on.
Your kid has no, like, they shouldn't be exposed to adult stuff.
I think
so. What you two are going through as adults, keep that between you and two. Like you two, like obviously, cool. It's not an ideal situation, but it shouldn't impact your child's upbringing.
I think no parent should ever slag off their partner in front of you, because at the end of the day, you need this child to respect that parent. So when sometimes you hear stories of some saying, "Oh, your dad's so and so, and your dad's never this, or your mum's never this, and your mum's so," so you just think,
like, "Oh, dad, mum said you're an idiot."
Yeah, like.
How'd you react to that one? What are you saying, Sharp?
So tell your mum, cut, bro.
Tell your mum, safe.
But it's just like, it's long, because at the end of the day, you need that child to respect that parent. Like, you don't want it to ever be a case where you're slagging off the mum, and then obviously eventually when that you get to a certain age, he's going to try
and not even
push certain boundaries.
That shows
and
me that you're still childish. You're like pettiness, childish. Like it's qualities that I can't respect, because it's like, why does that make you feel better by going into the kid's ear and speaking badness about me? Like, what does that do?
It's not cool, man. I just
think also all you're doing is getting into. Remember, kids' minds can be shaped. They're so young, and remember, they look up to you. You're their world.
Yeah,
you're their world as a parent. Like whatever
you say, really genuinely,
it's gospel. It's the truth. So when they're like speaking, they're gonna think like, as for example, if the woman says, "Oh, your dad doesn't want to see you next week," but you told her next week I'm working, so it's like you would have seen the kid,
Yeah,
but then now she's using it. She flipped the script and says, "Oh, you know what? Your dad said he doesn't want to come." That kid's gonna think my dad don't even love me. He don't even want to come. And then now they might not say nothing because you know some kids hold things like
a lot of kids do, bro.
But they're growing up now with that chip on their shoulder, thinking
my dad was never around anyway. He's a prick.
He's an idiot. But you're on the other side of the fence thinking, I wish I could have. I miss my youth. Like, I wish I could have. But and also I don't want to even pin it like it's always the woman's. Bro, I know a lot of men that are doing. That's what I'm saying. That
bro, they just
either
violating,
actually don't make an effort to come and see.
None, and I will never understand that.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day,
easier said than done when you don't have them.
And also, we're talking from a place of we've never been in that position. So, how many times do people say something, and then once they get into that scenario, all of a sudden it changes? So,
I think I've seen enough of all my friends that have kids to see the way they react when they had that kid. I just think that's a joy that can never be described with words.
It's a different type. It's pure love.
Wallah, I've seen some of my guys. I've seen them in tears. I've seen them elated, like joy. Like when they talk about their child, their face lights up.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, like some of my guys, or even sometimes some of my guys will FaceTime me and they got the youth in the background, and I'm chatting with the youth and I'm chatting with them, and they're like, you can see that they're just so happy when they're dragging them along to that football or going out with them. You see the joy in their faces. So that's sometimes when I think certain men aren't doing back for their kids or don't providing this or ain't doing nothing for the youths. I think to myself, what's wrong, bro? Like, what is actually going on with you? And obviously, like you said, there are some people, I don't know everyone's relationship dynamics and things can happen, but I just think once you have a child, like we were saying earlier, the priority is always, I feel like always that. Even the child.
If you have resentment for the person that you made that child with, keep that aside and
push it to the side.
Push your ego to the side and say, you know what, my kid, I'm going to make sure my kid never knows of that.
And that's how it doesn't even come up. Wallahi, bro. Because it should never, ever get to that stage. I think, regardless, if I was to get married tomorrow and then a few years down the line we get divorced and then we absolutely hate each other, but there's youths involved, I would do everything in my power for me and you to be the most... I'll swallow my pride and my ego.
It's true. And that's how it should be.
And just say, you know what?
It
is what it is. Let's just deal with this.
Yeah, that's how it should be,
Because you don't ever want that child to grow up with trauma or neglect or some sort of like things hindering them later on when they get to about 17, 18. And then now they look back and be like, we're the cause of this child misbehaving. We're the cause of this child doing all this because we never did anything for them when they were growing up. But I think that is important for every father or every man to provide for their kid. And I think just to circle back to what you're saying about fear, obviously that may be one of them, not having them at all.
Sometimes I can't lie,
you think to yourself,
because you got to remember, everything's written for us, but not everyone. We all know that one person that grew up and just didn't get married or didn't have kids, even if they got married, never had kids. So some people's destiny, it has been written for them not to have a family. And I always think, inshallah I have one, inshallah you have one, but we don't know what's written for us. So sometimes,
you never know what's written for you.
I wouldn't say that's a fear for me, but I definitely would say that I have pondered on it and thought about it, what if, but I don't know, I think, but that's when you got to just have
tawakkul. You have to have tawakkul on Allah and say,
literally took the words out of my mouth. That's when you just got to have faith and just say, you know what,
I think
alhamdulillah, whatever it is, alhamdulillah, for whatever it is, good or bad. Because even in times of hardship, you got to say alhamdulillah. That's the hardest time to say it, but it's the best time to say it.
And also you'll be rewarded for that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
so
we're actually, sometimes we do you know what's mad? Like, we always see things and you read certain things and you forget how beautiful this deen is and how easy this deen is. Like, Allah's made this deen very, very easy for us. But obviously, we as human beings sort of complicate it and make things hard on ourselves by worldly distractions. And obviously, we're all, we have our vices to our whatever things that we're enjoying in it. But it's hard. Allah's made it easy for us. So whatever you say, whatever, like, when you go through times of difficulty and you remember Allah, Allah will remember you also and make things easier for you. Also, when you're going through times of ease and you remember Allah, Allah will remember you in times of difficulty. That's where I'm coming from. It's very easy. The human mindset is whenever things is going bad, we remember our Lord. When you're sick,
when you're on top of the world,
Allah make me easy for me. Or when you're going through a hard time, Ya Allah, make it easy for me. When everything that's bad that
When
could
you're
potentially
scared.
happen when you're scared.
On
Allah,
a
make
plane.
it easy for me.
What?
Well, like, that's me.
He's scared of the
But
planes.
yeah, I don't like it. But whenever you're any time of fear, it's
No, facts. No, 100%. And then when
But
you're on
when
top of the
you're
world,
flying high,
you
how
forget.
often do you think,
Yeah,
oh, alhamdulillah?
yeah.
But sometimes it's just a alhamdulillah, you know. But
There's
how
no-
often do you
yeah.
genuinely go to the side and say, show gratitude, say,
Yeah, no, it's-
alhamdulillah,
yeah,
ya
it's
Allah, thank you for this. and
Facts,
thank you for
yeah,
that. It's very easy. The human mindset is so easy to remember Allah in times of
yeah.
difficulty,
We're fickle.
but we often forget Him in times of ease. But Allah says, if you remember me in times of ease, I remember you in times of difficulty, because that's the hardest time to remember.
And that's
him.
when you need it the most.
That's when you
When you
exactly,
feel like you've got
wallahi, bro.
no way out. That's when
Wallahi,
you need
bro.
it the
So
most.
when you remember Him in times of ease and everything in your life is going good, and you
Yeah.
constantly remember and show gratitude, and you make constant dua for it, when times are tough for you, you'll be protected and you'll be sheltered a little bit because you remembered Allah in times of ease. But obviously, it's human mind is it's an interesting thing, bro.
Yeah.
We all have the same problems. We all follow the same
Yeah,
path.
no, facts.
We all have our ups and downs.
You know, I've always wanted to do, this is random, like, because obviously we got, I'd say predominantly most of our viewers are probably Muslim. I'm assuming just from our demographic and, you know, where we're from. But we have non-Muslim people that watch as well.
I've had a lot of non-Muslims
I've
come
always
up to me.
wanted to have like a non-Muslim to come on who believes in God and just have a discussion and think like, and just find out what do you believe and why do you believe it, and have you ever, you know, like not even in the way of
you can
trying
go
to convert people or trying to
go
revert
Speaker's
people.
Corner, bro.
No, but not even like. Next thing you know, I'm gonna be on YouTube saying, "Listen," but do you know what I'm saying though? Like in a way of just like, I just want to like, but I'm into stuff like that. Like I said,
No,
I watch I watch
like-
YouTube discussions and like I just want to know.
You like deep conversations.
Yeah,
where
like I
you're
want to
talking
know
about
why do you
certain
think like
things.
that,
Yeah.
and it's not even in the way like I'm not here to try and change your mind.
You just want to have a
I just
genuine
want to
conversation.
I just want to have a discussion and think, okay, I didn't know that,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
then you might. We might say something and then that person says, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
I like stuff like that, bro.
Because it gets.
You're right though. I think I should go Speaker's
I
Corner.
think you should, bro.
Shall I just go on my ones?
I'm not coming with you though.
Yeah, I know you're not.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
who would got Evs? I think Evs would be the one for that.
100,000,000%.
Yeah, Evs is the
Wallahi,
Speaker's.
Evs is the guy for
I
that,
can. He's a Speaker's Corner guy.
Westside definitely won't.
Yeah, Westside.
Zubs is not on that as well.
Nah, Zubs is busy anyway.
Yeah.
He's got a little venture coming up. We're gonna let you lot know soon once he's ready to tell.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, yeah, he's got a little
When
something.
he
He's working on something. Inshallah.
And when that
Khair.
does happen, maybe everyone can come down and
yeah, facts.
support and
Yeah,
and
we'll
show
let
some
him
love.
announce it.
Yeah, we don't want to take away his.
Yeah,
shine,
facts.
bro.
Would you
Me
say
and
that?
we get a bit excited sometimes.
No, we
bro.
do, but like we're acting like it's arting. These times we got nothing to do with it. But yeah, man, what are you saying? How was it? 2 man up.
Well, it's been interesting, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I genuinely think it's been interesting.
Do you enjoy it? Would you do it again?
Yeah, I'll be real. That I'll only do it with you because you're my guy. I ain't-
Why for that? But still. Why for that? But I still dabbed you up. Oh,
That is a big
that's
one.
a big one.
But I just.
But I still thought
nah,
you're my
like,
guy.
I'd only do an episode.
I
with
know.
you,
I know the
yeah.
intentions behind it was pure.
There was context behind the conversation.
Facts.
Sometimes people get carried away.
Yeah,
with no
facts.
content. But like, I could only do an episode with you. I don't think I could. Actually, maybe Westside.
No, I think you can run it.
Yeah, maybe Westside.
What I want to see is you and Evs do it, because I know Evs will make you cry. It will get deep.
Yeah, wallahi, bro. Yeah,
Why
he
for
does-
that?
That's a big one.
Hey, I swear you lot, yeah. Now, anything I say, I can see the why in it. Does that make sense? Like, it's mad.
That's what happens with this conversation.
Yeah, now we need to stop.
With these things, yeah.
But-
But I think me and Evs could potentially do it. But like you said,
Yeah.
Evs would just start making me getting like,
Emotional.
that guy just probes and probes and he'll just peel away every layer. Instead of coming from there, be like, until you.
That's why me and him are gonna go Speaker's Corner. We're gonna.
Yeah, that's you two. Like, I'm not on.
You know what?
I'm not on that,
Have you
bro.
ever been?
Nah, well, I had never.
Never.
Been. Nah,
Not even
never.
like back in the day.
Never, bro.
Nah, I've been.
Wallahi.
Yeah, I like stuff like that,
I
bro.
don't know, man.
Like no, but a lot of the time it's just waffle. It's just trolls in real life. A lot of the time, people
Yeah.
just go there just to troll and get a reaction. I'm not there for them. I don't give them any attention.
You're just there to watch what's going on.
No, I go for the guys that are having an intellectual conversation. That's what I'm there. I just want to learn. I'm not there to win an argument. I'm not there
No, I
to
hear
cause an
you.
argument, and I'm not even there to convince anyone. I'm just there
You just
to
wanna see
learn.
what's happening.
And if I can teach someone something, and again, I'm not the most knowledgeable, but any little thing, if I say and they be like, oh, okay, I never thought of it like that. That's it, bro. I'm happy to go home and shake hands. Good
No,
luck
well,
with life.
I
And
don't know if I'd ever want to go though.
It does get heated though. Sometimes because you get angry because sometimes people say just
things to trigger you.
just to trigger
Yeah.
you. Like, and I know deep down they probably don't even mean it, but they just say things.
Reaction.
Yeah, and
well, I just wanna get
that's
a
the ones
reaction.
where I just walk away. Like I just
And
walk
with
away.
like Dean topics, it's always sensitive
'Cause it's
and
personal.
it's personal, and
Yeah.
it's everyone has their special connection with whatever respective religion that they're from. So I can see that always just getting a bit out of hand and cagey, bro. Sometimes I just think, I'm alright. I'm happy to watch it on socials when I see it, but even then I've got a very short attention span for it because sometimes it's just it's too much shouting over each other, arguing, and it's just
that's what I'm saying.
you're
They're
not
the
having
ones.
a conversation.
They're the ones that
think
I'll
what's
walk away
this-
from because it's
yeah.
like there's no benefit for me. There always has to be some sort of benefit.
Agreed. I would love
So,
for them to just have a normal,
civilized-
general chit chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just a civilized conversation. Okay, have you ever thought about it like this?
Yeah,
Like
it's
them,
never that.
Yeah, them things there, but not
And
like
it's cutting a man off and shouting
no,
on top
no.
of him and this and that. And I just
no.
think,
Yeah, I ain't got time for that because that
That's
to
wrong
me
one.
is just like
'cause nobody ain't really listening.
Yeah.
It's not, no one's
yeah,
making
it's a
a point,
shouting.
so-
You know what they say? What do they say? Don't raise your voice, raise your argument.
Ooh, I like that one. That's a very good one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I may add that to my
My
list.
guy,
Yeah,
I got you.
My guy, well, I may add that to my list of. No, I'm not really an argumentative person, anyways, bro. So I don't
Yeah.
really get into those. But anything like vibes and that, shout me.
Oh yeah, all day long.
Cinema, whatever.
Yeah.
Shout me, bro.
I want to watch the Amy Winehouse film.
I thought he was gonna say Planet of the Apes was gonna say let's do that, but
Yeah, we can do that as well. But
Yeah,
what,
yeah, yeah.
you're not on Amy.
I mean, I only know like one song of hers, bro.
Valerie.
Yeah, and Rehab. Sorry, I know two songs.
Okay,
Valerie
yeah,
and
Valerie's
Rehab.
the one though.
So I don't know if I'd watch.
No, but I feel like I don't know. I just want to watch it. That's a yard film, innit?
First, huh?
That's a yard film, innit? Watch it
I
at
think
yard.
that might be a yard
Yeah,
film.
maybe,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. Amy Winehouse was I only did two songs. And
All right, looks like we're gonna go watch Planet of the Apes. Come join us. Hey, post the cinema and the day. Watch no one turn up. There's sharp. It's gonna be just me and you in the screen.
again, bro.
In the screen on a random Tuesday somewhere.
Just be the two of us. Yeah,
What
join
you
us,
saying?
man. More than welcome to pull up.
I think we've waffled enough.
Yeah, I think we have as well.
I think we've. I
I can't do any more.
don't. Yeah, bear with us because today
Today has
it was
been.
either something you're gonna enjoy or it's a car crash. So,
I'd like to think they'd enjoy it. There was
inshallah, inshallah, there's
interesting
yeah,
topics.
but yeah,
We went
man.
on a roller coaster.
Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for being patient with us, for sticking by us. I know sometimes it's been a tough watch because sometimes we watch it back and we're like, I'm not sure on that. But
They may even watch this and be like, oh, you know what? I actually like.
oh, that's something. Yeah, we don't know how people perceive it, innit?
Well, that's true.
And-
we don't know, man.
And even when we watch it back, we're not watching it back with intent. We're just watching it back to see if
Yeah.
it was visually
Facts.
a good
Yeah,
episode.
Someone
yeah.
gone to me about not becoming on the past episode.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
the
They
comment
said,
section- I
yeah,
was like, thanks, bro.
yeah. What did they say?
Like,
They said you got it.
Hold on, now I'm trying to get the name.
Yeah, get the name.
I
Yeah,
saw that and I was like, bro, I'm here, man.
No, because I think you missed 2 on the bounce.
No, one.
No, you missed 2 on the bounce, bro.
But it went on the bounce like that.
It was 2 in a row. I'm pretty sure it was.
You sure?
Yeah, I think so. I think you missed 2 in a row, bro. You're like 10% now. Like your attendance is
Well, like I
shocking.
said, Sharp's getting a bit lazy, man.
Yeah.
Broke the streak and decided, nah, this is an optional gig now.
Yeah, he's big time. Beyonce.
MP, that guy.
MP.
I'm here, bro.
Yeah, just about.
No, I'm here. Forgive me.
Now
guys.
today you're here though. You turned up.
I'll be real with you. The other guys ain't doing a 2-man pod. Just
Facts.
Putting that out there.
Facts.
And I'm sorry to throw you man on the bus. I'm looking here like, you
No,
know, the whole
listen,
episode, I've been
yeah,
looking
yeah,
here
yeah.
like they're there. They're not there.
Yeah, they're
bro.
not there,
I'm
boy.
bugging.
Should we edit him? Should get like old clips and just get
I'll
me.
put a picture on
Tell
one
the
side.
producer in the
Holding
background.
his trainers up.
Edit them, man.
Yeah, wallahi.
But we saying, I think we should leave it at that,
Yeah, I
man.
think we should, but I'm tired, man.
Yeah,
Guys,
man.
wallahi, we appreciate you lot. Thank you.
Like, comment, and subscribe. I got to do Westside.
Yeah,
bit.
please, please like, comment, subscribe. Help push the thing and
Tell a friend to tell a friend, all that jazz.
yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not really much of
Yeah.
a outro guy.
Listen, we're
But
gonna
wallahi,
love you
we
and leave
appreciate
you.
lot. Love.
Peace.